This section of 8.1 is about percent, sales tax, and discounts. The concept of the percent is when you are dividing by 100. So the word percent means per 100. It is the result of expressing a number as a part of 100. So when you try to express a fraction as a percent, we first divide the fraction, and then we multiply the quotient by 100. Okay, or you can move the decimal point 2 places to the right, and then we add a percent sign. So for example, I want to express 5/8 as a percent. So we go ahead and we divide 5 by 8. So that is 0.625. And then we move 2 places the decimal point to the right. So you make it 62.5%. Or it's the same thing as multiply by 100. Now you can also express a decimal number as a percent. So before we move 2 places to the right, in this case, so the same thing here, we just move 2 places to the right and then add a percent sign. So for example, here 0.47. So we move 2 places. We place a new decimal point. So this is 47%, right? Because the decimal point is now at the end, so it becomes 47%. We can also express a percent as a decimal number. Now, from the percent, and you want to express that at a decimal, we have to move the 2 places of the decimal point to the left, and then we remove the percent sign. So whatever you did before, now we did it in a reverse process. Okay, so for example here, 19%. 19 is the same thing as 19.0, right? The same thing. So now we move 2 places to the left. We have a new decimal point here, so that becomes 0.19. We remove the percent sign, so that is 0.19. Same thing here, 180. So 180 is the same thing as 180.0. Now we move 2 places. We have 1.8 as a decimal. Percent, sales tax, and discounts. Many applications involving percent are based on the following formula. A is P% of B. Now we know that the word of, this means multiplication. Is mean equal. So we use this formula to determine the sales tax collected by the states, the counties, cities on the sales items to the customer. So the sales tax amount equal the tax rate multiplied by the item cost. For example, in this one, we have the local sales tax 7.5%, and you buy a bicycle for $94. So how much tax is paid? So we take 7.5%. We multiply by the price that you pay for your bicycle. But don't forget that the percent, you have to convert it back to decimal. 7.5, move 2 places, fill in a 0, you have 0.075. So convert to decimal, multiply by A94, and that is equal to 67.05. Okay, so this is the amount of the tax, the sales tax that you have to pay. Okay, the tax. Now, so they ask you for the total cost. That means the cost of the bicycle by itself add to the tax you have to pay. So at the end, the out of the door price is $961.5. Okay. Now the businesses reduce prices or discount to attract the buyers. So the discount rate is the percent of the original price. So the discount amount equal to the discount rate multiplied by the original price. Okay. So how do I do that? Let's go over one example of that. We have this example with a computer with an original price of 1,460. It's on sale at 15% off. So what is the discount amount? And what is the computer sale price? Now, we know that this price is the original price. So you are looking for the discount amount with 15% off. So we take 15% multiplied by the original price. Now 15% means 0.15 in decimal. We are moving 2 places to the left, right? So 0.15, and that gives me 219. So the discount amount is $219 for this amount of the original price. And then they ask you what is the computer sales price. So we know the discount amount is 219. So we take the original price, we subtract the discount amount. So it gives us 1,241. So this is the final sales. Percent and change. Now if a quantity change, its percent increase or its percent decrease can be found as follows. We take the original of increase divided by the original amount, or the amount of decrease divided by the original amount. And then find the percent increase or decrease by expressing the fraction in the step 1 as a percent. Okay, for example, in the year 2000, the world population was approximately 6 billion. The data are from the United Nations Family Planning Program and are based on the optimistic and pessimistic expectations for successful control of human population growth. Now we know that we are given the data. Okay, this is the projections in the world population growth. Part A: find the percent increase in the world population from 2000 to 2150 using the high projection data. Okay, so high projection data is this one, which is the top curve. Okay, we are looking to see the percent increase from the year of 2000, which is this year, 2000, to 2150, which is this year. Okay, so at the year 2000, we know that we have 6 billion, and at the year 2150, we have 30 billion. Right? So how do I find the percent increase from 6 to 30? Well, remember the percent increase, we take the amount of increase. So we take the final value, subtract the initial value. So this is 30, subtract 6. The original amount is 6. So 24 over 6 is 4. And 4 is 4.0. And then now you want to convert this to percentage. So we move 2 places to the right. Fill in another 0. That means 400%. So the projected percent increase in the world population is 400%. Now to find the percent decrease in the world population from 2000 to 2150 using the low projection, which is the green one here. Okay, So we go from 6 down to 4 billion, right? So the original amount is 6, because we go from 6 go down to 4. So this is the original amount, which is 6. Now we take the percent, the amount of decrease. So we take the 6 subtract 4, so that it becomes 2 over 6, or 1 over 3, or 33 1 over 3%. So the projected percent decrease in the world population is 33 1 over 3%. Okay, so that's how we find the percent increase. And this is the last example of Section 8.1 abuses of percent. So John Tesh, while he was still the co-anchoring Entertainment Tonight, reported that the PBS series The Civil War had an audience of 13% versus the usual 4% PBS audience, an increase of more than 300%. So did Tesh report the percent increase correctly? Okay, so we begin by finding the actual percent increase, and we check to his report here. Percent increase, remember, is equal to the amount of increase divided by the original amount, right? So we know that it's went from 4% to 13%. So 4% to 13%. So 4%, right? Usually is the 4%. Now it went up to 13%. So the original amount is 4%. 4. The amount increased. So we take the final value, 13 subtract 4, which is 9. 9 over 4 is 2.25. Now to convert 2.25 to percentage, we move 2 places to the right. So make it 225%. So the percent increase for the PBS was 225. This is not more than 300. And he said that there was an increase of more than 300%, which is wrong. So Tesh did not report the percent increase correctly. So we can use the percent increase to check. So we always divide by the original amount, okay, and then take the differences between the two numbers. So 13 subtract 4 and divide by the original amount, which is 4%, because we had an increasing from to 30% versus in the past of 4%. So that is the end of the section. So to go from decimal to percent, to go from decimal to percent, we move 2 places to the right. To go from percentage to decimal, we move to the left 2 places, and then we drop the percent sign.